Yeah, this is a podcast of Nathan, Nat and Sean.
Let's go.
Hi, everybody.
Hi. G'day.
We had a Hall of Famer on the show. Freshly minted. Matthew Pavlich joined us.
Yeah, that was great, actually.
Have a discussion about workplace accidents and whether the person got to keep their job or not.
We talked about rules specifically for your own workplace.
And the West Coast Fever have got a massive semi-final coming up this Saturday, so we caught up with the captain, Courtney Bruce.
Wait there, I'm going to have to put in Club Classical.
Yeah, well, let's do it.
Yeah, it was an
Let's
epic
do it.
round.
This is where we get people to guess popular songs that have been covered by an orchestra, and Chantal versus Mike. Oh
Yes, it was a battle for the ages.
Oh my God. So because I'm putting this in, today's podcast will go for 7 hours.
This is Nathan, Nat and Sean.
Being a teacher these days would be pretty tough.
It's fraught with danger, isn't it?
Yeah, most definitely.
Also, add on being a casual contract teacher.
Okay,
I
so
would like
this is
everyone to spare a thought for a casual contract teacher.
like what we used to call a substitute teacher,
Yes,
yeah?
at Aquinas College. As we know, it's an all-boys Catholic school here in Perth.
Yeah,
Beautiful on the
it's
river,
an
mate.
elite school.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good school.
So, he was going to share some images from his phone for the class. Mm-hmm. Okay.
As part of the whatever he was teaching.
Yep. So he thought the best way to give them out to everyone is to use AirDrop.
Oh, easy. Everyone's got a phone, so that's easy for the kids.
Unfortunately, one of the photos he included was of an illicit nature.
Just happened to be in the album.
Yeah. He's now been fired.
So he's out. He's an out of contract teacher.
I get it, but that's harsh, man.
Aquinas College have said in a statement they have acted immediately to permanently remove a teacher who accidentally displayed highly inappropriate images to Year 8 students. The college has also apologised to the students and parents and has offered counselling support to any students who have been negatively impacted by last week's incident. But then the Aquinas head of middle school said the behaviour was accidental.
Yes.
But it doesn't fit with the expectations and values of the Aquinas College staff. The police have looked into it and said they won't be
pursuing
it anymore.
Yeah.
Because it was just an accident.
And how many of those boys have deleted the photos?
Oh my God.
My question.
And the thing is about the counselling, those kids have seen worse. I don't know what the photo is. But I guarantee you those children have seen worse.
God, you don't want to go through my phone. There's some absolute corkers in there.
Yeah. Sean. Stop airdropping them to us, Sean.
Actually, if you ever hear this around Nova, you want to guard your eyes.
Yeah, that's right.
Because it means someone's sending you something that's not going to be pretty.
Are you going to feel for him? Do you feel for him? I think I feel for him.
I feel for him.
Yeah.
I mean, there is one thing being a predator, and that is not what he was.
Yeah.
No, because otherwise the police would have been. There would have
He
been an issue.
accidentally just
Yes.
included a little sneaky DP or a B or a VP. Have you guys checked out whatif.com's top 10 winter weekenders yet?
Yeah, how good's a what if tip?
Fraser Coast is in there, Coral Coast, Bruny Island, maybe Orange.
Yeah, look, book your winter getaway on the What If app.
What if? It's Aussie for travel. Bad news for a substitute teacher.
Which I just realised now, I automatically use the pronoun he. I don't know if it was a he, she, they.
Sure.
But I just naturally assumed that it was a he, this teacher, who accidentally airdropped an illicit picture
Material.
to his Year 8 students
entire
when he
class.
was sending out just something to do with the class.
Well, I think
he's been let go.
Still
Yeah,
qualifies as educational material.
Yes, it does. It does.
Just a different class,
and it
perhaps.
shows you not what to do with airdrop. I think that was a very important lesson. The police are not investigating. We just thought, oh, that's so unfortunate for
Yes.
this poor guy. So we're talking about workplace accidents and whether yours was bad and if you got let go for it or not.
Nikki, hello.
Hi, how are we?
Hi, good,
Great,
Nikki.
Nick.
Hi, Nikki.
What happened?
So I was working FIFO as an environmental advisor, and it was just come back after Christmas, and my hubby had bought me some lingerie from Honey Birdette, which is
Yes.
kind of a little bit more risque in the lingerie business.
Yeah.
And between a COVID lockdown and my FIFO roster, I missed the 3 months 3 months exchange period with it.
Yeah.
So I had to email the receipt to their head office and get the approval for it. So did that during my lunch break, came back later that afternoon. We had a new contractor starting. We all signed a company charter. I've gone to my scanned emails from the printer and just grabbed the last receipt that I thought the charter was. As it turns out, that was the last read receipt, not the last unread receipt. So I've emailed both my construction managers, their contractors, construction managers, and the safety advisor, my Honey Birdette receipt instead of the charter.
So to get the money back from work.
And also to let them all know that you'd bought some new lingerie.
Oh, how embarrassing.
Well, the funny thing is one of the construction managers was flying back into Perth, so I just knocked off. And he sends me messages going, is that what you meant to send to the contractor? And I said, yeah, it's the charter. He goes, no, it's a receipt. I've never
For
quickly
lingerie.
got up and ran back to my office so quickly. But I told everyone within my own team immediately because it was too funny not to share.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, of course.
And by the end of it, if you've ever been to Honey Birdette, there's a little disclaimer at the bottom of the receipt that says we cannot, for personal hygiene reasons, we cannot
Of course.
exchange any of our
Yes.
latex
Yep.
bondage toys kind of thing. So it wasn't just my lingerie that needed to be exchanged at the end of the week. It was the story grew legs and
Yeah. By
All
the end of
fun
it, you're a
stuff.
bondage mistress.
Of course. They're like,
In your week off.
They're like, Nikki bought a gimp mask.
Oh, Nikki.
Wow. So, Nikki, no trouble at work for that?
You didn't lose your job?
no, absolutely none at all. The guys were really good about it.
Yeah,
I bet they were.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, okay.
Mate, some of them took that receipt home now. Wonder what it is.
Nikki.
Wonder what it is.
Dylan's in Ellenbrook. Morning, Dylan.
Hey, young guys.
Hey,
Hey,
good deal.
Dylan.
Did you accidentally do something wrong at work, Dylan?
I did. I dropped 80 grand worth of chemicals within probably 2 weeks of my new job.
Oh, that's always
What do
handy.
you mean when you say you dropped them?
I literally dropped them 3 metres off a forklift with a drum tipper.
Oh.
$80,000 worth.
Oh, and obviously it was an accident at the time, Dill.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you didn't do it on
That's
purpose,
right.
Sean.
Yeah, it's like, I'm going to melt these suckers.
But
So, Dylan, what are the chemicals that cost $80,000?
I manufacture medicines for the health animal industry.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Couple of drums of ketamine.
And,
yeah.
and Dylan, how did they take that, by the way, your bosses at the time?
Thrilled?
Put it this way, I'm at work as we speak to you now.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
so
so-
it's fine.
They were like, oh, no worries. Just mop that up and keep your job.
Yeah, pretty much. It took a couple of days to clean up, but yeah, still got my job out of it.
Wow. So either, I think around his workplace, there's probably a circle of either really healthy animals that are guarding
Yes,
it,
yes.
or animals that have never woken up because they've been knocked into a
Completely
coma.
drugged out.
The Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
We're discussing when you do something at work, everybody knows it's the wrong thing to do. You didn't do it on purpose.
No, it's an
it was
accident.
well and truly an accident.
Some bosses can fly off the handle and go, that's it, you're out
True.
of here.
We're going to find out if people got to keep their jobs or not. Hi, Kelsey.
Hi.
Hi, Kels. All right,
What
what
happened?
happened?
So I used to work in aged care as a carer, and I accidentally rung the wrong family to tell them that their mother had a fall and broken her leg and was admitted to hospital.
Oh, Kelsey.
Kelsey.
I mean,
I'm glad,
You know
Nathan,
what
I'm
that
glad
is?
Nathan laughed.
Can I just say, they not only have you worried one family, but you're not informed another.
No, that's
so
right.
that's like a double header, Kelsey.
Yeah, and what was worse, I didn't realise it was the wrong family that I'd rang
Yes.
until they came to the nursing home because they'd been to the hospital looking for their mum and she
Oh.
was never admitted.
oh, Kelsey. It's a bit awkward.
Okay, Kelsey.
I mean, great news. She's made a full recovery.
Yeah, it was horrible. I felt terrible.
So, did you get in trouble, Kelsey?
They were pretty good about it, but I did get a couple of meetings about like responsible calling for families after that. But I had my job for another 6 years, so
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Not enough
But you
to
know
get fired.
what? And I
Yeah.
do understand because all the wonderful old people are just lovely at these nursing homes, but they all end up getting the same haircut, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And everyone's in the same robes, and it's like.
I'm wondering, though, that family who got the wrong phone call, the next time the phone call came
Yes.
to actually
They don't
We
lure
wouldn't
it up.
believe it. Yeah, yeah,
Come
we
on,
know.
mate.
We get it.
That's okay.
That's
Frank
Gladys
week
down the
again,
hall.
is it? Thanks,
Wouldn't be my
Kelsey. Andrea, hello.
Hello, how are you?
Oh,
Hi,
Andrea.
Okay, what happened at work?
It was a few years ago when they closed. Do you remember they closed the depressed Kalgoorlie Road because
Yes.
that horrible accident?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so I was driving at the time, used to do touring for scanning for osteoporosis. So massive big X-ray machine in a caravan.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think I got it like an hour and a half training. on how to tow this caravan with an X-ray machine.
I mean, this is equipment that is worth a fortune.
This is a big time job, Andrea. Very important.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So left Albany to go to Esperance.
Yeah.
And so driving through is at Ravensthorpe.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
There's all the road trains everywhere. And so I'm driving this Prado and with this massive big caravan.
Yeah.
And coming around this corner, and I'm keeping in tight to the corner because there's all these road trains. And next thing, the caravan wheel has gone down to one of the big ruts in the road.
Yes.
It picked me up in the car, and I'm just bouncing all over the road.
Yes.
And then next thing was I've done this massive big, 180
Yeah.
all over the road, and I ended up in a ditch facing Perth with the caravan coming towards me.
Oh. The caravan
Andrea.
with a really expensive X-ray machine
Yes.
in it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And then luckily enough, I was in a ditch, so it was wedged on the road. Completely ripped the tow bar off the back of the car.
Yes, listen to you,
So this is
Andrea.
the caravan off, the X-ray machine off, and the bra.
So
And I walked away. There wasn't a mark on me.
Well, if it
that's
was,
nice.
you could have had an X-ray, couldn't you? It would have been very easy. See if you break a bone.
put a figure on it. How much damage?
I don't even want to think about it because it's one of those lie down. The X-ray machines, you lie down.
Yes.
Yeah.
To get your bones, for your bone density, so
Yeah.
it does your whole body. So I don't want to even.
So
think
when you
about
made
it.
the call back there, Andrea, you've just totaled the car, basically, the X-ray machine.
Yeah. So then a girl stopped. She took me to Esperance, lovely lady.
Yeah.
I stayed at her house. That's what I'm amazed Australians just. Oh yeah, I'll just pick this girl up and just written a car off.
Yes.
My house. My company was so disgusted they wouldn't even fly me back. First they made me get in. Whenever they do there was a trailer, a trawling company, so they just let me get in a somebody's van.
Wait,
So you basically were cargo. They treated you as cargo.
put you in cargo in the back of a van.
Yeah, and then when I got back to work, they basically said, they got a new car, they got a new caravan, they got a new X-ray machine out of me because the
Yes, because insurance covered it,
insurance.
obviously.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's exciting. They got all the new things.
Did you keep your job, Andrea?
And that's it. They said that's it. Sorry,
They said, see you later.
That's it.
That's the limit. That's what you have to do. And all the
we don't trust you with. Find direct the old one. We don't trust you with the new.
Yeah, well, as somebody who, has family in Esperance, they're all osteoporotic because of you, because it never got scanned. You know that, right?
It wasn't supposed to go to Esperance, Natalie. Don't you put that on her. It was never supposed to go to Esperance. It was going to Kalgoorlie.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean.
Time to catch up with Courtney Bruce, who's going to be dominating for the West Coast Fever in defence against the Melbourne Vixens this weekend. And once she does that and the team wins, guess what? Boom, in the grand final.
At RAC Arena, if you don't mind.
Hello,
Pretty easy, Courts.
Morning, guys. How are you?
I mean, no pressure, but you've been
That's how it
handed
goes,
a home
isn't
GF on a platter.
Yeah, we have been. We want to earn the right this weekend. So hopefully, we have a good game against the Vixens and, host another grand final, which will be pretty cool.
There's been some good games against the Vixens this year. They've got you, you've got them. It's all happening. They're a real tough team.
We haven't beaten them this year, so it's
So
been,
Sean, you've
it's
got 'em.
been a
I
tough
thought you got
run
them in the
against
season. Yeah.
Sean.
So it'll be a good game this weekend.
This is a good time to do it then, Courtney. Sean can see into the future, don't worry. He's talking about this Saturday.
That's right, I'm ahead of the game. Say that, very positive.
I know Sean was referring to the fact that they've beaten you. You guys stole their wallets. Back and forth. That was it, wasn't it, Sean?
Hey, Courts, have you got any new things we might see you when you're defending? We saw, I only bring this up because we saw Redmayne, who was the Socceroos goalkeeper,
Sure.
and he started going, hard
Jiggling on the goal line.
Yeah, so there's anything you could do that can put off your attackers from the opposition?
No, not really. The girls did say that I do shimmy a bit when I defend the shot, so maybe a bit more of that, bit of a head wiggle, but nothing exciting. Got to stay within the rules of the game.
Right,
Yeah,
so
sure.
you're not going to go full yellow Emma wiggle on it?
No,
You wouldn't do
no.
it. You wouldn't do
You
it.
are a bit limited by the
Yeah.
rule. You can't do full intimidation stuff, can you?
No, I would get a warning.
Hey, Courtney, so I know no full intimidation stuff, but is there another player that you go against that does something that puts you off?
Oh, I feel like not with me, not with the defenders. Jay would probably say that the defenders put her off somehow.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure. Maybe a little sneaky grab and when the umpire's not looking.
Yeah.
Grabs.
I'll go the sneaky grab. Are you allowed to swear at them and go nuts at them and try to put them off that way? Is that part of the intimidation thing?
No, you definitely get a warning for that. Yeah, that's intimidation.
If you didn't wear deodorant for 2 weeks to try and stink them out, would you get pulled up for stinking?
No, I don't think so.
That's a good one, Courtney.
I'm not going to test that.
Throw the Rexona in the bin and see how you go. It's grand final on the line here.
I remember one year we
hygiene.
played Essendon. There was a player in the opposition who was trying to have a go at me and he stunk.
Yes.
And as soon as I said that to him, that kind of quietened him up.
Was it James Hurt?
No, it was Blake Carosella.
Thanks for naming him.
So, Sean, you wouldn't want him around you?
Yes.
Yeah, like he was having a go at me and trying to intimidate me, and I was like,
dude,
"Dude, hell, you stink!" And then that put him in his box.
So say if he's got the ball, would that make you think second to
about tackling?
You don't want to allow him too much.
Because all he needs to do is put the ball under his armpit.
See, Courtney, it can work, is all we're saying. We're just trying to...
look, I might ask one of the other girls if they want to give it a go.
Yeah, sure.
Hey, Courts, do you get nervous heading into this big game? I mean, you guys have played some really big games lately. In the last couple of years, you've been highly successful.
Yeah, a little bit, but not too bad. The vibes are really good this week. Everyone's pretty up and about, but I'm sure a few of the younger girls might be a little bit nervous. But, I'm feeling pretty good at this point.
You had a ripping game. I watched the Thunderbirds game last weekend. You were just on fire in defence. You know, you were coming off your line, basically, and taking screamers and intercepts. You were out of control. Is that, are we expecting that again on Saturday?
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Look, I'd love to say so. The Vixens just don't throw any ball away. So I'm really going to have to be on the top of my game to get some tips and some intercepts. I think we've worked hard in training this week so far. We've got a good game plan. Yeah. So fingers crossed they can come out for a fly.
And you and Sunday Araranga flying high because you've both been named in the Australian team for the Com Games. You're off? You're going?
Yeah, absolutely stoked. Second Com game. So, pretty lucky. And then, absolutely stoked for Sunday. She's 21, so... Look, I was doing the math the other day. I think she's only can do 4 Com games now because she's so young to do that. Really excited for Sunday to finally to have her first Com games and to be there and experience that with her because it's a very special moment.
Well, congratulations to both of you and good luck this weekend. Of course, it's Saturday, 5 p.m. You can check it out on Fox Sports. The winner plays off. It goes straight through the granny, which, as we know, is here. Courtney, good luck on the weekend. We can't wait to see you guys get the victory.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
You're listening to Nathan, Nat and Sean.
Right, guys, we're heading in to the Puma warehouse.
I didn't realise there were actual Pumas in there.
Yeah, I know. It's where they make Pumas.
That's amazing.
No, Sean, we're talking about the clothes, actually.
Yeah,
Sorry to confuse you there.
Puma and Adidas, they were two brothers. There you go. Amazing. Isn't it amazing?
Well, they're not, Sean. They're not in real life. They're two separate companies that want to draw a line in the sand.
How are they doing that?
Well, in the warehouse. So we're not talking about the sales assistant at the front. No. This is in the warehouse. There was a notice put up. Hey all, please refrain from wearing other competitor brands like Nike, Adidas from here on end. Just some feedback we received from our GM, Pancho.
Hey, Pancho has said,
thanks for
you
your
work
support.
for Puma, you wear Puma. Is Pancho giving them free Puma shoes?
Well, some Puma employees jumped on about this and said they know that front of house staff get an allowance, but they weren't sure about whether that is given to the people in the warehouse, which I'm guessing, why would you? No one sees them. But, I mean, it does sort of make sense.
To wear
it makes sense to me.
It makes sense.
If they're expected to wear it, it should be provided.
I got no doubt that they get a good discount, but getting them for free is, if that's going to be the standard, that should be.
Like, if you're expected to wear it, then they can pay for it.
Yeah. I mean, I suppose we'd get in trouble if we had another radio station pumping outside, to be honest. The others are great. They do such a great job.
To be fair, no one's ever specified that.
Yeah. So, it was so funny. All these other employees from other companies jumped on to talk about the unique rules to their workplaces.
Yes.
and this is my favourite because I use this product all the time. I work at the T2 head office. As we know, T2 is that fancy tea shop.
Yes.
The rule is no coffee in the office.
So none at all.
But they encourage us to leave the office and support local cafes. If we want coffee, you just cannot bring it back in.
It can't be on the premises.
Yep. Yeah. Our tea room has unlimited free T2 tea, and almost every tea in our range is available for us to drink.
Yeah, I mean, that's lovely.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense, I get it.
Yeah. We want to know, is there a workplace rule, right, that is unique to your work? Because it makes sense. Don't drink coffee at T2.
Well, you couldn't walk into GYG carrying a Zambrero's paper.
Well, you might be able to. Do we know that?
What are you going to call it?
Bag.
Oh, don't help him out.
When the words go, they go.
We haven't got all day.
We actually do. I would have spent an hour on that.
And you would have had it too.
Mystery word with Sean.
Nathan, Nat and Sean in podcast form.
Imagine working at a tea company and so therefore you're not allowed to drink coffee in the building.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Shocking.
Well, rules.
The people at the Puma warehouse have been told that they're not allowed to wear Reebok or Adidas or anything anymore, even though they're back in the warehouse. So we're discussing what rules are at your workplace that are specific to just where you work.
Liza, hello.
Hello, good morning.
Hi, Liza.
Okay, all right, talk to us. What goes on?
We weren't allowed to celebrate birthdays.
Oh.
We couldn't mention it. We couldn't say it. We couldn't waste time with it. We weren't allowed to decorate your workmate's desk. God, that was out. God, yep. You had to whisper it like it was excruciating. Someone's birthday at work and you had to whisper happy birthday.
What was the reason?
Yeah.
Why?
It was because that apparently in the past one lady no one liked and no one decorated her desk and she felt bullied. She felt left
So
out.
then like nobody gets a birthday.
Yep, outlawed it. Outlawed it.
That's heartbreaking. But I mean,
and during my time, my workmate had a 40th, and then another one had a 21st, and it was just really depressing because it was just they come to work on their
big milestone birthdays.
Everyone's desk got decorated except for hers.
No. Except this office.
That's on everyone that works there. That's
not too hard to blow up a couple of balloons,
for not being more loved.
Yes.
Sure.
Or lovable, indeed.
I say that to the kids, the same thing, no.
Yeah.
Be more lovable.
Well, up their game, Sean.
This is a podcast of Nathan, Nat and Sean.
We're discovering that some workplaces have rules that are quite unique to them. Like working at a tea company, you're not allowed to drink coffee on the premises.
Yeah.
No, not at all. Working for Puma, you got to wear their gear, but hopefully
Even
they
in the
supply
warehouse.
it. We don't know.
Working at Nova, we've got to listen to Nova. It's like, are you serious? Have you heard this crap?
Zoe. Hi, Zoe.
Hi.
Hi, Zoe.
All right. You got an unusual rule at your workplace?
I did. Well, it's my past workplace. I used to work at somewhere where we help people grow their hair back.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah.
We obviously had to wear heels and makeup and look presentable, but the main thing was our hair presentation, and they preferred it out or looking like I had a lot of volume.
Yeah, full. I get it. So you kind of had to tease it up a bit, Zoe.
Yeah, we did, and if it wasn't okay, we actually had a section, like a salon, where our boss would wash our hair and do it for us.
Oh!
And
that's a bit of a red flag.
I know, yeah, and some girls actually had, like, hair extensions put in because it didn't look as
bulky
volume as it did.
Yeah.
So, if you were to apply for that job and be really, really quite competent, if you had quite thin hair and couldn't volumise it, you possibly wouldn't get the gig?
I don't think you would.
No, you wouldn't.
or if you preferred to wear your hair in a ponytail. No dice.
No, well, they would just put extensions into like a clip extension into your ponytail, so it looks a bit more.
I was going to say, I could just imagine all the staff, all the women, they're looking like the Bangles, or like Simba.
If you wanted to leave but you didn't know how to quit, you just get a pixie cut and walk in. Okay, see you later.
Okay, that's actually really
amazing.
funny.
Thanks, Zoe. Rachel, hello.
Good morning, Nova team.
Hi, Rachel.
What have you got for us?
It was a bit of an odd one. In the 90s, I worked at a sandwich bar in Perth City.
Yeah.
And the branding name, I won't mention it, but the branding name was a green and orange sort of branding, and we made salads and sandwiches. And one of the rules that the guy who owned it had was that we weren't allowed to wear yellow. He felt it clashed with the branding name, and like you weren't even allowed to wear a yellow hair lacquey.
Okay. Would this be
yellow.
Mr. Bird?
No, it wasn't. No.
Okay, because I was thinking it's the make your own sandwich bar.
Yeah.
I used to like
I started hiding yellow on my body.
Just so
I
to
would
feel a bit
hide.
rebellious.
So he
Yeah,
just
yeah, just
didn't
to have
like
a little
the way
something, you know.
that yellow looked with his business.
Was the yellow
Yeah.
to do with a competitor at all?
No, you
No,
clashed with
not
the
that I
signage.
knew of.
It
No,
clashed
no.
with
It was
the
just,
signage.
he just felt that yellow, green, and orange didn't go together, so you weren't allowed to wear any yellow on your body.
Now
Even
I
a hair lucky.
want to crack this sandwich shop.
Me
now.
too.
Green and orange sandwich.
I do
shop.
everything: socks, little bands, or like even I scribbled yellow highlighter on my upper arm once.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're basically a criminal, Rachel.
Rachel.
Basically a criminal.
Jeez, mate.
Imagine teaching
Breaking
Rachel
all
at
the
school.
Settle down.
Trying to get rules around her.
Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Club Classic.
Symphony. Celebrating 30 years of global dance hits, reimagined by a full orchestra and guest vocalists, hitting REC Arena with the Perth Symphony Orchestra. Friday, June 17. Tickets from Ticketek.
Well, you're wearing the right shoes and your ID checks out, so you
Okay.
are allowed to enter Club Classic Cool.
Well, now this morning we're giving you a classical cover of a popular song. Best of 3 wins it all, Nath.
Oh, Chantal has swanned in the most breathtaking of gowns. Hello, Chantal.
Hi.
Oh, sweetheart. Can you just still spin so we can see? Oh, yes. Look at that.
Oh, she looks
Sean.
gorgeous.
Lovely, it does.
It's amazing. You're
She's
going
like
up
princess.
against Mike from Adelaide. That is not a rental tux, is it, Mike? You own it, I can tell.
Yep, this is mine, mate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the velvet's
Top
a
of the
nice
roster.
touch, Mike.
It is.
I do like the velvet,
It is.
actually.
Yeah, a bit weird that the pants are arseless, though, but you know what? We do not
do
judge
you.
here at Club Classical.
Now, our orchestra is warmed up. They're ready to go. They are going to play you a popular track, but in classical style. It's your job to tell us the title of the song. If you think you know it, you buzz in with it. We continue with that same song until we identify it, okay?
No worries.
Good.
Great. Let's test your buzzers. Chantel.
Chantel?
Lovely. Mike.
Mike.
Working well.
All right, guys.
All right, everybody, are we ready?
Yes.
Sorry, we're just going to get everyone together. All right.
Oh, yeah.
All right, and here we go.
Mike.
Yes, Mike.
I'm going to say it's Harry Styles.
We need the title.
You do need the title, and I don't have it.
All right.
that's okay.
Look under the... Yeah.
Chantel, you get a crack at it. What do you think?
No, I might keep listening.
All right,
Okay,
let's
let's
go.
You're both still in.
All right, kick on, guys.
It's a great performance.
Anybody?
Mike,
Yes, Mike.
as it was.
No,
Mike.
No,
Mike, that means-
nice Googling.
Chantel.
No, I've still got no idea.
No idea.
Okay,
All
well,
right. We can
let's
No,
keep
we're
going.
gonna-
This is a big hit.
Can we confirm it's Harry Styles? Yeah.
Yes.
All right, yes, it's Harry
we can
Styles.
Are you
confirm.
hearing that, guys? It doesn't think you're playing it right. I know people are screaming.
Screaming.
At the radio right now. You're enraging so many people, you two.
Chantel,
Yes, Chantel.
adore you.
No, Chantel. No, Chantel. Mike, you get a free kick too. Mike, what do you reckon?
Mike.
So it's definitely not As It Was.
No, we've established that.
Yeah, but we can say it again if you like.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
No, time's up. All right. The orchestra wants to play.
Oh, well,
they keep playing
they're here.
as the Titanic's going down.
This is so funny.
This is...
Oh, sorry, guys. This is so funny. Everybody, we're playing for $1,000 here and tickets to Symphony. It's Chantel versus Mike.
It's been going for 2 days.
Terrible.
Never heard
Chantel?
Mike. Oh, Mike.
Just Mike.
Mike.
Falling?
No, Mike. So, Chantel, you get a crap now?
Chantel.
Come on, Chantel.
Late night talking?
Are we going to pull the pin on this or are we going to make it
we've got 9 seconds
9
of music.
seconds. All right, 9 seconds and then your final guess.
And they're done.
Well done, firstly.
Magnificent performance by our orchestra.
Bravo.
No idea, either of you?
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Guys, the answer is in 1, 2, 3.
Sushi restaurant?
Sign of the Times.
Sign of the Times.
Are you too serious?
Sign of the
Times. All right, score check. 0-0.
That was everything.
If we have to go to the end of every song,
I'm
we're
down
in
with
massive
this.
trouble.
No, guaranteed they'll be good at the next one.
Okay, all right. Let's focus. The orchestra are ready to go. They've had a bit of a break, caught their breath. Here we go with track number 2. You do. Well, tell us the answer.
Chantel.
Yes, Chantel.
Iris.
Oh! Chantel in your face, Mike.
Yeah. City of Angels. Nicholas Cage.
Oh, it's a great song. All right.
Yeah,
so Chantel leads 1-0. Mike, you need to get this one to come back.
All right, everyone. Guys, are you ready? I know. You've been terrible. I know. All right.
The orchestra are
ready.
disgruntled, everyone.
Let's do it.
Mike?
Yes, Mike?
No, I got nothing.
Chantel, you get a free kick at it.
Chantel.
Diamonds in the Sky? That might be the name of it, but...
We're going to be specific. We're going to be specific.
What's your answer? Give us the actual answer again.
Diamond.
Yes, we'll pay it. You've won, Chantel. You've scored $1,000 cash and a double pass to the Symphony concert at RAC Arena this Friday.
Mike.
Thank you.
Mike.
That was great.
You were awful at that.
Never playing this again.
That was one of the biggest melts ever, wasn't it?
It was so embarrassing, Mike, for everyone that you know, your family, your workplace.
You're all over the Harry Styles one early, Mike.
You brought shame upon Adderale.
My thing with you, Mike, and both of you, Chantel, as well, is like, did you try and Google the Harry Styles songs? Did you give that a go?
Well, it's a bit hard to Google when the phone's up to the ear, isn't it?
Yeah, but you had the general gist of the song. Because I Googled Harry Styles.
I play a fair game.
Oh, you do. And it was a 1-2. Okay, you would have had to guess. As it was, Night Changes, Watermelon Sugar, Story of My Life, What Makes You Beautiful, Music for a Sushi Restaurant, then Sign of the Times.
Oh, okay, it's a bit far down the list.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so funny. You do play a fair game.
Magical.
Just not a good game.
Not a good game.
The Nathan Nat Nat and Sean podcast.
It was absolutely fantastic to see Matthew Pavlich inducted into the AFL Hall of Fame.
Looked sharp as
Oh my God, the next Bond.
He's a beautiful, beautiful man.
Stunning.
Pav, come in. You looked amazing last night.
Well, I didn't do any, as always, it takes about 3 minutes to put on the Penguin shirt compared to what Lauren had to go through with her beautiful dress and the way she scrubbed up. But great night for us all over here in Melbourne, and a really nice thing to celebrate together with the family who made their way across from Perth and Adelaide, and also lots of people in the Fremantle, brethren, if you like. It's been nice to share it with us all.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
I think you're a bit too harsh on yourself with how amazing you looked.
Yeah.
We want to break this down for guys that want to
get
that look. Talk to us about what hair products did we use last night to create the Matthew Pavlich Hall of Fame look?
Well, so let me break this down for you. I've got a suit from my suit. This is not good. Like from 2005. It's the same suit from 2005. So
classic cut.
Still fits.
Maybe that still fits. Yeah, tick on that.
I remember. Hey, Pav, I remember Belly telling his he had a penguin suit that he used to roll out every year, and then it got to a point where he thought that Lana must have chucked it in the dry cleaners 4 or 5 times over because it
got
wouldn't
a bit
fit.
smaller.
Yeah, right. That's great. That's a great start.
Yeah,
all right.
It's a good measure of where your fitness is at or your waistline is at if you can still fit into the penguin suit from 16, 17 years ago.
Well done.
That's a tick. Hair product. I think it was. I reckon maybe Kevin Murphy. Is that a thing?
Yeah, that is a thing. It's a thing.
It's a thing. Yeah. So Kevin Murphy's a thing, and I reckon not the. Traditionally, I normally go with the green, like Army Kevin Murphy hair gel, but this time it was the black one. So
hair gel.
A big occasion.
A hair gel.
Oh, no, not gel. As in,
like mud.
As in,
a wax, like a mud, a clay, a clay.
No, I think this is a wax. Yeah.
Okay.
Did you ever used to wear the moose? You would have been a moose man, wouldn't you?
I reckon maybe back in the days, it's trying to, year 7 disco or year 8 disco or whatever it was.
Sean used to use the moose.
I would have used it all.
Sean used to pack his hair full of
crunchy curls.
Crunchy curls.
Pav, you sound fresh this morning, but you were the first one inducted, which meant you could get on it because you've done your speech and everything, right?
Yeah. Well, it sort of threw me because of all the people I didn't thank, specifically included my wife. So she's reminding me and looking at me at the moment with her evil eyes. I didn't specifically thank her. So it threw me off given the fact that I was up so early. But no, yes, I did get on it. It was good. I was having a beer late with the likes of Stephen Kernahan, Jonathan Brown, my dad, and Michael Taylor, who was a sort of famous South Australian who was inducted last night. So, and my brother-in-law, Tim, who actually made all the way from New York via Paris to get here. So it was a huge
amazing.
From him. So we were drinking at that stage a gin and tonic. We were well and truly done on the beers, but it was good fun.
Yeah, I bet, Pav. I always wonder in that position and think of your parents, Steve and Jan, being there. Like if it was any of my kids who were able to be elevated to that kind of level and performed in that way, I don't know how it'd go. I'd be an absolute blubbering mess. How were your parents last night?
I think just incredibly proud. Dad and I had a little moment before we headed downstairs in our room. We had everyone up just for a quick drink and a couple of photos and all that kind of stuff up in our room with the kids. And he just grabbed us and said, we're so incredibly proud of you, which it was a really, really nice moment. I mean, having kids yourself, Shawnee, you know how much you love your kids and how much you'll support them in whatever they do, and you'll back them in and just give them all your love and attention. But I guess that 40 years of doing that, and then having seen me grow up and mature alongside the footy club, and I mentioned that last night. That I feel like sort of I grew up in front of everyone's eyes, and so did the football club, and maybe Mum and Dad got to see that from afar. But to share the moment with them and be there late in the night having a gin and tonic, it was nice to do that with them.
Now, of course, you told us that you didn't really formally thank your wife, Lauren. Would you like to? What would you have said? Would you like to do it now for the people of Perth?
No, I've done it in person, Nathan. I've done it.
I know, but not publicly. So as far as we know, you've never thanked her.
I did it on Fox Footy. I did it on 9 News.
I haven't heard it.
Publicly many times. But I would say that she's an incredible mother, but she's even a better partner. So I think that's sums her up.
Lozalenko.
She's ridden the ups and downs as much as anyone of an AFL career, and now, she didn't really want to be thrust in the spotlight, but I guess, my career and even now doing the stuff I'm doing, we're in the spotlight, and that brings good and bad things, and she's ridden all of it with me, been an incredible support, and I couldn't have done it without her.
Now, any couples right now that are listening, I want the female to turn to the man right now and say, why don't you say anything like that about me?
Why don't you ever say anything?
And force him to say something as heartfelt.
Lauren's got me like my arm behind my back.
Sure she has. I tell you what, it wasn't a horrible mistake for you to marry a physio either, was it?
Well, this is it. Like when I got asked last night about what was the secret to durability and longevity of the game, I just looked at my wife and said, well, she was the one. She loosened my back and made sure that I
24-hour physio care.
Yeah,
and also at any time can knock him out with the Vulcan death grip.
That's right. Don't mess with her.
Hey, Pav, I want to ask you, last night when you're looking around the room, and of course you see names of people who have been inducted, and I was saying to us, the guys off air before, like, there's some unbelievable records. Unbelievable records of older players and stuff like that. Was it? I don't know, were you blown away by some of the people you got to meet and to think that your name is now at that level?
Yeah, I'm still sinking in, Shorty. Across the table from me was Dennis Marshall, the great Western Australian. Stephen Michael was in the room.
Yep.
There was Dale Waitman. There was John Brown, Chris Judd, Dean Cox. You guys I played with, but then you think about some of the legends of the game. Kevin Sheedy was literally 6 metres from where we were sitting. So guys that I admired and went to battle against, and people that I respected just growing up. Last night there was 3 29s inducted into the Hall of Fame. Wow. Michael Taylor was a famous 29 for Nord and Collingwood. Boomer Harvey, games record holder, and myself. And I think combined games last night inducted into the Hall of Fame must be some type of record. So still pinching myself, Shorty, that I'm in the company of only 300 other people. Yeah. It's a pretty unique group, and the good thing is we get to come to Melbourne every year now and get on the surf and have a good night.
Yeah, I know that when Hollywood celebrities get the Hollywood star on the Walk of Fame, they get asked if they'd like to accept it. Is this a thing where what happens when they ring you? Is it like do you formally accept this? How does that go?
Yeah, so it is a formal process. So Richard Goyder, the chair of the AFL, and this is bizarre turn of events. So Lauren actually used to babysit the Goyder kids. They grew up together in Florida.
Oh, I see what's happening here.
Yeah. So there's obviously some favouritism playing out, perhaps. But so Richard, I had a missed call from Richard. I was like, oh, geez, I wonder what's this about. This is sort of way back in March when I was first given notice that this was a possibility. And then I called him back and we were just sort of chewing the fat and having a bit of a chat. And then he said, Matthew, I've got something serious to talk to you about. I thought, geez, what have I done? What's happened? And he said, congratulations. You've been nominated to be inducted to the Australian Football Hall of Fame.
Okay.
And there was sort of this awkward pause, and I wasn't really sure what to say or what to do. And he said, do you accept it? And I was like, oh, shit, yeah, of course.
What else are you going to say? Exactly.
What a no-brainer of a question.
Oh, shit, yeah.
That would have been amazing.
I think there's a few guys, Adam Goods is probably the most obvious one who should certainly be in there, but I think he still isn't quite ready to accept that opportunity. But I mean, I took it, as I said pretty quickly. I was happy to say yes. I'm in.
Hey, Pat, do you get anything with that? Being a 300 gamer, a life member of the AFL, you get 2 tickets to the AFL Grand Final. What do you get any other thing other than going to dinner?
Well, there's some sort of certificate that I got last night. I'm not sure what that looks like or what that's going to, some sort of frame thing. I don't know what the extra mayo might be on this one.
Is there an actual hall? Like, is there somewhere you can go where everyone's photos are up in the Hall of Fame?
That's a good question. Maybe at AFL headquarters down the office that no one goes to.
Like it should be like at the MCG or something where you can walk down the hall and all the pictures are there or something.
Yeah, look, maybe the MCG Sports Museum, there might be some sort of recognition. Actually, now that you mentioned that, I think there's a bit of a board, if you want, for want of a better term. But I think, two tickets to any game, effectively, Shawnee, as long as you're going through the website and log on.
So you just walk in and say, Hall of Fame, look it up.
Yeah, well, look, maybe there should be a badge that you can just show it and flash it when you need to.
You need free drinks. You should be able to walk around the MCG and have your
card. And a secret handshake.
Yeah. 300.
Free drinks. I reckon hot chips.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And a lettuce. I don't know, they're just really expensive at the moment.
Yeah.
Well, Pav, we're super proud of you, and what a night for you last night.
Well deserved.
It's just amazing, mate. It's
you're on your TV
impressive.
now with your certificate. That looks nice. Where are you going to hang that? Have you got? Do you hang up stuff at your house about your career or not?
No, I've got a little. Well, it's not little. Lauren will say it's obviously too big. It takes up much more than we anticipated when we built the house. But we've got a cellar which has sort of turned into a bit of a man cave. So I've got some wine down there. Got a few, old
the swing,
stuff like that.
And the shrine.
The swing. Don't worry, we don't want to get into it. It's a family show.
We don't talk about that.
The kids aren't allowed down there.
And they're like, why, Daddy? There's a swing down there.
particularly after 9 o'clock. Mummy and Daddy time.
It's great, mate. Love your work, mate.
Well done,
See you soon, eh?
Bye, mate.
Good on you guys. Thank you.
Don't approach your seesaw.
Nathan, Nat and Sean is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au.